Okay guys, today's video is going to be a long one, so you might want to get yourself some snackages or something because it's going to be long. I've got a lot of things to address, and I figured I would just put on some makeup with you. I am not wearing something fancy. My hair looks terrible, but I've been trying not to pull my hair up or really do much to it. I did run a straightener through it, so it wasn't totally out of control. But when I'm at home, I've been trying to really not mess with my hair too much, put heat or anything on it, and not pull it up because it damages it so much. And I'm going to be heading to church camp soon, and I'm there for a couple weeks, and my hair is basically pulled up the entire time, and it does a lot of damage to it being pulled up constantly. So I figured when I get home, I'm going to give myself a really good trim and just, you know, kind of maybe a hair treatment and stuff. But for right now, this is what we're working with. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just start putting on some makeup while we talk. You will notice I have some new background stuff. Well, I shouldn't say new, it's stuff you've seen before, but I just redid my background yesterday. And because I hadn't really put much effort into it lately, it was just kind of sitting back there. So that leads me into some things I wanted to address with you guys today. So if you didn't see my community tab post, I basically mentioned that we had just gotten back from an 8-day camping trip. We were camping at a campground that's on Lake Huron. We do this every year. I live in Michigan, if you don't know. And there was like no service there as far as being able to have any kind of social media, anything. And it was lovely. I did not care about seeing what was going on Instagram or YouTube or anything else. I just enjoyed the time with my family, and a bunch of my aunts and uncles were there, my parents, some of my cousins. It was just my grandma. It was just a really, really good time. And I never had that pull, like, oh, I need to check this. Oh, I need to, you know, whatever. And it really made me realize how much time I spend on social media type stuff. Not so much Instagram. You don't see me on there a ton. I don't post a ton on there. I kind of go in streaks. Okay, I have my eyeshadow primer on. Before I start talking anymore, we're going to go ahead and use the Warrior 3 by Juvia's. I have not used this yet. It is the very last palette that I had, several palettes from Christmas that I hadn't used yet, and this is the very last one. So woohoo, go me. And this is from my cousin Debbie, Debutante. She actually decided to step away from doing her channel, but I will still link her up here because she's got a million videos. If you're looking for how to apply lashes, she's fabulous. If you're somebody who loves glitter, you're going to want to see what she does. She is phenomenal at what she does, and I totally respect why she chose to do what she did. And while I wouldn't say it necessarily it's making me make the decisions I am, it's making me realize that much more why she decided to do what she did, I guess. I feel like I'm talking in riddles, but you know, whatever. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and use this palette. It looks like this. I was kind of looking at it and trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I should swatch. You know I love oranges. If you're a regular around here, you already know. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna try to do something with those shades. And then I want to see this one shimmer on the bottom here, because there's two. This one's more glittery and this one's more of a shimmer. And it looks like it's like a bluish silver. So let's see. Because I don't feel like either of them are quite what I'm looking for as far as with this look. But for what I'm thinking, I think it might work. Ooh, that's pretty. Also, if you aren't from around here often, hello, my name's Danielle, by the way, and I love Juvia's Place. They have my absolute favorite shadows. I think it's 27. Do I have 27 of their palettes or 23, something like that? I just did an eyeshadow palette collection and declutter series, and so I mentioned on there how many I had, but I can't think right off the top of my head. But I will link those videos if you're interested in that, because who doesn't love a good collection and declutter video? Like, those are some of my favorite things to watch. So yeah. Okay, here we go. So basically, after being on vacation and stuff, I was like, what am I doing? I started realizing the amount of time that I spend recording. That's my favorite part. And then editing. I do not do fancy editing. I thought about kind of getting into that for a while, but I realized it really has no bearing on me as far as people that I watch. If their videos are, you know, fancily edited or not. I really don't care. In fact, sometimes I feel like it's a little bit distracting. Something I cannot stand is when music is playing in the background while someone talks. I know some people like that. That's just a personal preference. So that was never something I was going to do. Because, I don't know, just a lot of editing sometimes is distracting to me. And a lot of times unnecessary, I feel like. So that was never something... And I'm not slamming anybody who does that. You should do what you want to do at your channel. But that was something I knew I would never do on mine because it's just not something that I care about. And did not want to put that much time, you know, into it. It already takes long enough just to do simple editing. So the amount of time that it takes to do those things, then to add all your stuff once you get your video uploaded as far as cards and description and, you know, all that kind of stuff, tagging things and just, you know, whatever, links or whatever you need to do. And then the next thing was the amount of time I was spending watching YouTube. You guys, it was out of control. Okay. And if you have a channel, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to take some of that, yeah, that Kahina shade there. I got into such a cycle of, well, this person watches my videos, so I have to go watch theirs. And for a while, it was like I would make sure I was watching all of, you know, people's videos. And then I got where I was like, okay, this is just impossible. Like it's just not humanly possible. And so I was like, okay, well, I just have to watch, you know, at least one or two of, you know, other people's videos who watch my channel, who have channels, obviously. And then it was like, you know, then there would be things that I would want to watch, like that I would see, you know, would spark my interest, whether it was over on the, you know, side of the suggested videos or whatever. But I'm like, but I don't have time to do that because I need to watch these other videos, you know. And then I love true crime. So those videos are things that I've always watched. Well, I started realizing I kind of stopped watching a lot of it because I just didn't feel like I had time because I needed to watch these other videos. And then, you know, there's people who I would watch their videos and support them because I felt like I needed to, because of things that they would say or whatever, but then was realizing they weren't doing the same for me. And I don't need, like, I don't care about, I hate the sub for sub and that kind of stuff. Like, it's just, I just don't get that. Okay, and now I'm going to use that orange right there. And I'm just going kind of crazy with these colors. If you're watching and cringing at the way that I'm just doing all sorts of different colors that don't seem like they should go in that order, well, you know, deal. And I just was getting like burned out, like realizing I was spending so much time. The main thing that was happening that when I really started thinking about it made me actually sad that I allowed myself to get to this point was when I would sit down to like watch TV with my husband or my boys, you know, like watch a movie or something. I had the laptop on my lap and I was like multitasking all the time. My laptop was on my lap constantly. And when I really started thinking about that, it made me sad because it made me realize I'm constantly distracted. And I realized that I could think of times where my boys would be standing talking to me and I'd only be like half listening to them because it'd also have like someone's video playing and stuff, just trying to make sure that I could stay caught up with everybody's stuff. You guys, that is not reality. And I don't expect people to do it for me. So why was I putting that pressure on myself? Not only that, but I was taking away from the people who are here, my family, who means the most to me. So why was I putting them second? Why was I making them be like, you know, them be my distraction? Like, the distraction was actually what I was doing, watching a million videos all the time and just sitting on my butt all day, making sure I was watching videos. But it was like they were the distraction when they would talk to me. That makes me feel sick. That's disgusting. It just made me feel really awful when I really started thinking about what I've been doing. Okay, I'm going to take that purple now. The reality is, like, we only have so many hours a day, and there's a million things we can do with it. There's a lot of things that need our attention. There's also other things that we have in our lives that are things we enjoy. And if we put all of our focus into one thing, whether that's work, whatever it might be, it's taking from something else. And, you know, you really have to examine what is really the most important thing to me. And for me, it is most definitely my family. My husband and my boys are number one. Well, Jesus is number one, and that's another thing. I was finding myself like right in the morning getting on my laptop and starting doing stuff because it was like, well, I got to get caught up. I need to go ahead and answer comments right here in the morning so that I have time. Well, then it was cutting into, then I'd realize, oh shoot, I didn't like do any devotion time today, or, you know, take time for things like that are the ultimately most important things. And for what? For what? Like, I started treating this, and I didn't even realize I was doing it because I always said I wouldn't. I was treating this like a job. Only this is a job that I'm not getting paid for. Now, yes, I do get AdSense, but you guys, it's like laughable the amount of money that I get from it. So if we want to be technical, then yes, I am getting paid. However, like no one would do a job spending the amount of hours that I do to get that much, only that much back from it. I don't know why I decided to try to use this giant fluffy brush. That wasn't what I meant to grab. I meant to grab this one. You know, no one would do that. They'd be like, yeah, right. That's what I'm getting paid for all that time. Not a chance. And so it's like, what in the world am I doing? Like, my house is a mess. There's so many things I want to do. I had been really great on this like decluttering journey, and not just with makeup stuff, just things in my house, you know, and getting things manageable where I didn't have so much stuff everywhere. And just, you know, there's things I want to do. We want to repaint rooms in our house, and we, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that because I have to be on YouTube all day long. How dumb. You will notice my frustration as I talk about this, because when I really started thinking about what I was doing, I was so angry with myself that I allowed it to get to this point. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's people out there watching this right now who are like, guilty. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make people feel bad. If you spend all day watching YouTube, that's your choice. You know what I mean? We all have choices to make. But that is the point for me that I realized, like, this is not what I want. This is not, my family should never, ever feel second to some online thing that I'm doing. Like, that was started as a hobby to have fun and, you know, whatever. And I do have fun with it. That's not the issue. The issue is what it was taking away from me because of how much time I was devoting to it. So, like, I have other hobbies. This is not my only hobby. You would think it was over the past few years, because I basically let all the other ones go. I love to read. Reading is one of my absolute favorite things in the world to do. I just love that escape, that just, you know, when I read a book, I like immerse myself in it. I can picture the surroundings. It's like I'm there looking at everything, but no one can see me. You know, like I'm the invisible character in the story that can see everything happening around me. I love reading. That is just, I mean, I've always loved reading since I was very, very young. You guys, I have not been reading hardly at all over the past few years. And that makes me mad. I've missed out on all these amazing books I could be reading, and just the joy that it brings me. And then the other thing is, I love to crochet. Well, guess how much crocheting I've been doing over the past few years? Hardly any. I've done a couple things, you know, that people have kind of asked me to do, and that was fun. But the reason I did them is because they asked me to. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been doing it. I did make a couple gifts for some people. My friend Leanne, I've made her some stuff. I made Debbie some stuff and things like that. But as far as crocheting, just because it's something I wanted to do, I have not done that pretty much in a few years. Now I've had my channel for, has it been 4 years? Like 4.5 years now. And so it's been that long since I've been doing that stuff, because I've been so, you know, immersed in YouTube stuff instead of crocheting and doing that kind of stuff that I like. We love to camp. We don't get to do it as much as we'd like to right now just because, you know, stuff with schedules with kids and stuff. And my husband works for a school, but he does work all summer and stuff. So, you know, we can just get away when we can kind of thing and stuff. But when we do, I don't want to be thinking about, oh shoot, I need to have videos recorded and edited and uploaded and scheduled for the whole time I'm gone. Why? And like, then I started thinking about it too. I'm like, also, like, get over yourself, Danielle. Like, people are just dying waiting for your videos. Like, you're gonna really super disappoint people if you don't have, you know, video scheduled for that whole time while you're gone. Like, in reality, I know that is not the case. Like, I know that it's not like people are sitting around and I'm like destroying someone's life if I don't have a video up for them. You know what I mean? Like, so then I was like, I'm placing these expectations on myself. No one else is. None of you make me feel that way. I have so many amazing friends that I've made through this platform, and it's exactly what I wanted from it. I couldn't even have imagined just how much it would bring joy to me. I hoped and I was excited to, you know, hopefully meet some people and whatever, but I never could have imagined what it actually ended up turning into. And I'm so thankful for that. And so I know that the people who are here always, because there are some of you who are always here, and I know I'm not disappointing you. I know I'm not letting you down. Like, you guys have never made me feel that way, like that you have some sort of expectations of me that I need to, you know, live up to or whatever. So it's like, why was I doing that to myself? I have no idea. It's like a weird, I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, basically then I was treating it like a job of sorts. And I'm going to be real honest. I don't like to work. So I don't really want, this never was supposed to be a job to me. Like, even when I was working, this was my escape. Like, I put a ton of time into it and stuff, but it was my escape and my fun and my place I'd come to tell you guys about crazy things that happened where I worked and things like that. You guys were here, many of you, when I started that job, and I worked there for almost 3 years. But then last September I quit, and so I haven't worked since then. And so I've just been, you know, enjoying life and things like that. And so, like, so many of you have been here with me through all of these, you know, different transitions, whatever. You were here when my dog passed away and my grandma passed away. And, like, you know, I've had so many things that I've shared with you guys, and I love that. And I have all these videos that I can look back on and have memories. Part of why I love to do the, like, what I got for Christmas or my birthday or those kind of videos is I like to look back at them and be like all excited all over again. Like, yes, I love that. And it was so exciting when I got that or whatever, you know? And I don't know. I absolutely love being able to share stuff with you guys. Like, that has been the absolute best part of this whole entire experience, which is why I'm not going anywhere. So let me just say that straight out. I'm not quitting YouTube by any means because I love it so much and I love you guys so much. What I am doing though is I'm going to be scaling way back. I, you know, went from 3 videos a week to 2 videos a week in a live. And then it was like, okay, it's getting kind of hard to do my lives right now just because with school out and not having, you know, like that set schedule kind of thing. You know, we were going and doing things on days where I would normally have been doing a live. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to commit to that because it's just too much, you know, and that's stressful for me. Okay, I think I'm going to take this bright pink. You guys, this is going to be all sorts of crazy, I just want to say, but also I've been doing, you know, more neutral looks lately, so I felt like it would be fun to go a little crazy. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, about my schedule. And then it was like, okay, I think I'm just going to do 2 videos a week for summer because, you know, we've got stuff we're doing and I don't want to feel, you know, like I have to make sure that I'm getting all this stuff out. But going on that camping trip, and you guys probably didn't even know because I had videos all scheduled for while I was gone. it just made me realize though, like, I don't need to do that. I don't need, because that was stressful leading up to my vacation, because I was like, I need to make sure that I have these all ready to go and stuff before I go on vacation. And I am somebody who, which I feel bad for my husband because I know it's got to be miserable to deal with sometimes. But I get very stressed before we go away places a lot of times. And I'm going to go, I've got a little patchiness right there. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to go back into that orange, I think, and try to fill that in. But I like get where sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to go on vacation. Like, it's not even worth it to me because I get so stressed out, like during the packing and all that kind of stuff process. And I don't want to be like that. But I realized too that a lot of that was because it's not just packing to get ready. It's making sure that I have all these videos ready. And so that became part of I'm associating that with going on vacation. Like, well, going on vacation means I have to do all this stuff. And it's like, that's crazy. Why am I doing that? Like, do you guys agree? It's crazy, right? And so now I'm going back into that pink. So yeah, I mean, it's just basically a realization of that I was putting way too much time and effort into my channel for, you know, the sacrifices I was making are not worth the return of it. And that does not at all reflect on what I mean about you guys. Like, you guys are the main reward of having this channel. I cannot say enough how thankful I am for the friends that I have made through doing this. Like, it has just been amazing. So that part I don't have any regrets about at all. What I do regret is letting it become where I was putting these crazy expectations on myself that were then morphing this into something it shouldn't have ever gotten to, you know? Okay, so I think I'm gonna just do some blending because it's a little crazy at the ends here. And then we will move to the rest of my face. All right, I'm gonna use my Sephora matte. This looks disgusting because it's been in my travel bag, so it's been getting knocked all around with a bunch of other stuff, so please excuse its appearance. So when I say I am taking several steps back from my channel, what does that mean? Basically, it means there is going to be no schedule whatsoever as to how many videos I'm bringing out a week, what days they're going to be, anything like that. I'm going to be doing my channel on a what feels fun to me basis, because that's why I started this channel, to have fun. And if it's not being fun to me anymore, then it's it's lost what it was intended for. And then I will just be burned out and won't want to do it at all. And that's not at all what I want, because I do love it. And so kind of like when I was saying earlier about my background, that I changed some stuff and I hadn't done anything to it in a while. There's things that I am looking back on now over the past few months and realizing I was losing that joy from doing this. I didn't have, like, I usually get excited to switch out my background and just, you know, add new fun little stuff in so you guys aren't looking at the same thing all the time and that kind of stuff. Like, that's always been something I've enjoyed. And I didn't care. I didn't want to do it. And stuff like that I'm just seeing now that I'm like, yeah, I can see what was happening, but it's like, maybe I just didn't want to believe it. I'm going to use this Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream, and it's in number 27, Sand Beige. Yeah, so it was basically losing its fun because it was feeling like a job, and I am glad that I recognized it now. I'm thankful that we didn't have service at the campground to be able to kind of force me into that break of not checking and seeing comments and seeing that kind of stuff, and just being in the moment and being present with being there, you know, with my family and stuff. And because that really made me realize what was happening and that I needed to make a change. And So yeah, so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for no service at the lake. I had enough to get texts. I don't know about calls. Texts though I could get, but sometimes I'd send one and it wouldn't go through or something like that. So it was sketchy even with that. So I mean, I barely was on my phone at all. And basically most of the people that I text or anything are family anyway. So they were there with me. So I didn't really, need that too much. But it was just a very awakening kind of a time for me in realizing what I wasn't missing. And realizing that when I'm at home, it's just so easily accessible to me that I am, reaching for it. I'm sitting down on the couch and being on the laptop and feeling like I have to, when I couldn't watch anybody's videos, I didn't worry about it. But when I can, I'm like, oh shoot, I have to get caught up. I have to, and it's not, like I said, it's not possible. And it's not possible for anybody. I don't expect other people to watch all my videos or any of them. I only want you to watch me if you actually enjoy watching me and, wanting to interact with me, or that there's something of value you're getting, whether it's just feeling like you're in good company or like something that I do you're learning from. I'm not really sure how, but whatever the case might be, you should be getting enjoyment from watching my channel. Not doing it because you feel like, oh shoot, she supports me and so I have to support her. I never want support for support kind of thing. And that also made me realize too, sometimes I'm watching things that really don't interest me because I feel like I have to. Our time is way too valuable for that, you guys. We don't have enough time to do that. We don't have time, a lot of people have to work jobs that they don't like, but they have to do it. That already then is taking up valuable parts of your life that you would rather spend doing something else. So please don't, then when you have a choice of how you're spending your time, please don't spend it doing something that you're not enjoying. There's, too many things in life that we don't have control over. And the things that we do, we need to be like mindful of, what we're doing. And, I don't know, it frustrates me that I've spent so much time doing things that it's like when I look at what the benefit is that comes from it, it makes no sense. Like it was just time wasted. And I'm not saying that anybody of you that I watch your videos that I've wasted time doing it. That is not what I'm saying. Please don't anybody take any kind of offense from this video and what the things I'm saying. They're not like personal things about anybody, like, or anything like that. It's things for myself. And like I said, if you enjoy sitting and watching YouTube all day and you have, the time to do that and it's not taking away from relationships, with people in your real everyday life and things like that, then by all means do it. It's not a one size fits all. Nothing is. And it's just, for me, it's not how I want to spend my life. It's not how I want to make my family feel like, oh, mom's, on YouTube again. Like, oh, I'm talking to her right now about something, but I can tell she's not fully listening to me. I hate that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm talking to somebody, is if you can tell that they're like looking at you and nodding and stuff, but you can tell they're not actually listening to what you're saying. That's so frustrating, and it makes you feel so unimportant that somebody can't even take the time to sit and pay attention to what you're talking to them about. That makes me sick that I would have made, and none of them said anything to me. Let me just say that. My husband and my boys have never said anything to me about it. I mean, they've kind of joked about me being on my laptop and stuff, but now I'm realizing it's not really a joke. They kind of were trying to tell me like, you're on that thing all the time. And what I wasn't reading into that, or sometimes slightly was, but was kind of ignoring it because I felt like I just had to do it, was them saying like, your time is being spent there. And what a terrible way for your family and people you love, friends, whoever, to feel like your time, you would rather choose to spend your time doing that, you know, being online or whatever, them being present with them who are right there in front of you. And so no, I will not do it anymore and won't do that again. Lesson learned. Sometimes you have to be pulled out of your normal everyday kind of thing and be woken up to realize some of the things that you're doing that just are not healthy and not good. They're not bringing you the joy in life that you should be feeling. And sometimes you're searching for it. Sometimes it's for the wrong reasons, like feeling out of obligation. Sometimes it's, you know, you're just searching for something to make you feel fulfilled or like something enjoyable because you feel like you don't have other enjoyable things in life or whatever it might be. So sometimes we get ourselves caught up in things that really aren't that great for us without even realizing it. Or with good intentions sometimes. Like, you know, it starts out good. I mean, it was like, well, I want to support everybody who watches me and I want to make sure I'm watching all their videos. And even if somebody watches all of your videos, it doesn't mean you have to watch all of theirs. There are certain people, like Jessica Braun, I pretty much watch almost all of her videos. Her and Risa Does Makeup are the only two big makeup channels that I watch. And Risa Does Makeup, both of them, there's some videos that I'm just like, no, you know, and so I don't watch them. But for the most part, I do watch almost all of theirs because I really enjoy it. I enjoy, like, Jessica Braun, I just love her personality. I just love everything about her channel. Risa Does Makeup, her for me is more her how she talks about the products and like because she has oily skin like I do and stuff and mature skin, so that is why I really enjoy her. But you know, those are the only two people that I really watch that much, and I never even comment on those are ones that are easy for me to watch because I feel like I don't have to comment. Like I am a commenter. I'm gonna use my Soul Face and Body Bronzing Balm in medium as a bronzer, and I have their nifty little kabuki brush thing here. So those are the only channels that I do watch pretty regularly because also too I can watch them while I'm doing other things because I'm not commenting, because I like to comment along as I'm watching a video. And so that's kind of my thing with those. And then, you know, other things like when you're watching somebody's channel, it doesn't mean you can still support them without watching everything. Not everybody is, you know, interested in all the same stuff. And so it's like, you know, just watch what sparks your interest. When you see the title of a video and you're like, oh, that sounds interesting to me, watch that one. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to watch everything of someone's to be supportive. And that's like a lesson I'm having to teach myself, because that's really what I got stuck in was feeling like, well, if I'm not, you know, commenting on all of this person's videos, then they might think that I'm not supporting them. For one thing, they're probably not even noticing if you don't go on every single one. And because I don't notice, I mean, I do notice some people who are on every single one. I definitely notice them because obviously they're in there all the time and I always like to answer comments. But people who come and go, it's not like I'm like, oh, where is this person? Why didn't they comment on this video? No, I didn't do that. Or I don't do that. Like, that would be kind of crazy. And so why would I think that other people are doing that to me? I definitely like that saying, like, you think about yourself far more than other people do. Like, that we obsess over thinking like, oh, this person probably thinks this about me or this or that. No, they're probably not, because they have their own lives that they're dealing with and things they're thinking about. So get over yourself. And but we do that, you know, and it's just kind of goofy, like the expectations that we place on ourselves. It's just, I don't know why. We're strange creatures as humans. Like, why do we do some of the things we do? I do not know. I don't know why I'm pouring this powder in here already, because I'm not using that yet. Because now I'm going to use my NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint in Baby Doll. But yeah, it's just, you know, things I'm noticing about myself and the expectations. Another thing that has been neglected besides like family, well, no, God first and foremost, but you know, my time that I spend reading the Bible and just, you know, praying and being quiet before him, being still before him. And, you know, I'm missing out on hearing his voice. And I don't mean that like audibly, but when I take time and spend time, I notice throughout my day things where I'm like I know that was him, you know? And I have let YouTube come in place of that. What in the world? Like YouTube, when I die, or I mean anything, YouTube can be gone in an instant. He's here forever. And that's where I want my attention to be, on what's forever, you know? And you know, my family, there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees that I will be here long. We know people lose children. We know people, heaven forbid. But, you know, to be mindful of the fact that you can't just assume that people are always going to be there. We don't know. And what a horrible, horrible guilt I would feel and regret if something happened to somebody in my family. You know, my grandma's getting older and I like to go spend time with her. If I am not doing those things because I'm so focused on YouTube stuff instead, what awful, I just can't even imagine how I would feel knowing that I had wasted, and I do mean wasted because that would be wasted time that I could have spent with, you know, people that I love and who mean so much to me, and for what, you know? So it's just really woken something up in me about that kind of stuff, about how we are spending our time. Again, this is for me. I'm not telling anybody else what they should be doing. That's absolutely not at all what I'm doing. I'm saying these are the things that for me are really coming to light and making me realize I needed to make a change. This is the Grande Glow Plumping Liquid Highlighter in French Pearl. And I'm just going to go ahead, bring that up and around. I like to do one side at a time so it doesn't dry before I get to it. It's so pretty. You see it? I don't know how you couldn't. Sometimes when I look back on when I'm editing, I'm like, that does not look like it did. I mean, nothing ever looks as good on camera as it does in person, let's be real. Although sometimes the camera hides some stuff that's pretty rough too, so then I can be thankful for that, you know? But also too, just the reality of, I never started this channel thinking it was going to be like a, you know, something I was going to make a living off of or a ton of money or something, you know? And like, let's be real also that, and I'm not saying this to squash anyone's dreams. If you have a major dream of that, like, go for it. But there's not a lot of people who start YouTube now and are blowing up, you know? It's people who've been around for a long time and who came in early, long before I did. And, you know, so that was never an expectation of mine anyway. All the more reason to not treat this like a job, because the reality of it, you know, ever becoming something like a job where I'm making like a living, you know, a salary off of it, not salary, but you know what I'm saying. It's probably not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, I just know it. And I'm not saying that for everybody, but for me, let's be real. I'm 44 years old. Usually it's young girls, you know, and I'm not a makeup artist. It's not like I have some great skills, whatever. I just came on here because I like to talk, and I like to talk to people and get to know new people, but I'm not great in person in social situations. I'm pretty awkward. And so for me, this is a much easier way to meet people and be able to have, like, you can have valuable relationships with people without meeting them in person. Okay, now I'm going to use my Juvia's Eye Magic Setting Powder in Sahara. And I'm just going to do this all over the face. So, you know, those are the reasons I came on to YouTube, was I thought, oh, it's fun. I want to get more into makeup. I can learn from other people while I also meet people. And like, this will just be super fun. And that is exactly how it's been for me. I have never gotten mixed up in drama on my channel. I think maybe in the whole entire time I've been on YouTube, maybe had like 2 rude things said to me in comments. Like, I really just have not had any bad experiences. You know, there have been people along the way that I've kind of learned, you know, to be a little cautious about who you are letting close to you. That's anything in life. Even more so, though, I feel, well, not more so, but on the internet, it's harder because in person, you can get a better read of people because you can see, you know, their facial expressions and their tone and stuff when they're actually talking to you. So that is a little bit different as far as, you know, internet relationship kind of things. But the cleaning my nose ring off. I'm not picking my nose, just FYI. So that part, you know, you do have to be cautious because people can seem a certain way, even if they have a channel. What they portray to you in their actions on their channel is not necessarily who they are and, you know, what they're like in real life. Okay, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil, and it's a natural brown. But I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera because I feel like it's boring. And then I use my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, and that's in brunette. And that's what I do for my brows. So I'm going to go ahead and do those, and then we'll come back and finish up the eyes. Okay, it's always amazing to me once I put brows on, just what a difference it makes. And, you know, like the boldness and making, I don't know, it just does so much. and I don't do like a complicated brow routine in the least. So just a little bit of pencil on that brow mascara to hold my crazy brows in place does wonders. All right. So another thing that has been negatively affected, I feel like, with the time I've been putting, excess time I've been putting into my channel. I'm going to use the purple right here. Actually, I think I'm going to kind of mimic what's up top a little bit. So that's what we'll do. Is I have been on a journey of trying to be stronger and just change the, like, my body composition. I want to, you know, be toned and strong, and I just want to have, like, be in the best shape I can be in. And so it's been over 17 weeks now that I've been working out pretty much 5 days a week, strength training, really paying attention to how I'm eating, drinking a lot of water, really trying to work on getting more protein. That is my biggest obstacle for sure. And things like that I've been trying to do. And I just do not feel like I'm where I should be for the amount of time I've put in. Now, it takes a long time to completely change your body. It's not like I expect it to be like, have some phenomenal body or something in this amount of time. But I just feel like it's not, it should be further along than it is. And my hardest part is figuring out what, like the amount of calories that I need to be eating and stuff like that. But another thing that I definitely notice is the amount of time I spend sitting, because when I'm not working out, unless I'm up and down doing like laundry and stuff, you know, switching over loads and all that kind of stuff, folding and putting away and all that, I am sitting on my laptop on YouTube, and I end up getting where my neck hurts and my back hurts, and then I start getting a headache. And like, how ridiculous. Obviously, it's because I'm sitting too long and in an uncomfortable position and things like that. And it makes me just feel like a blob. Like, I'm just so like, ugh, from sitting for so long. And so I know that that is probably not helping me reach my goals because I'm sitting way too much. And so that is another reason that I am excited to not be spending so much time. Okay, now I guess I'm just gonna go ahead. This is not, I actually screwed up what I was planning to do, but that's okay because I like how this is turning out better anyway. I'm gonna take that shimmer that we looked at before, and that is gonna be my inner corner. We're gonna make that pop. So yeah, I'm not going to have a schedule. I'm gonna post when I want to, things that I'm excited to post about. Hopefully that will be interesting to you as well. I feel like when channels put out tons of videos all the time, it makes me feel like, even though I don't have to watch them all, it kind of gives me like a weird overwhelmed feeling, and like I need to be watching them all. And so I hope that maybe having less videos come out will actually be more enjoyable for you guys. Like absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Like we've all heard that. So maybe I'll miss me so much that you'll be so excited when my videos come out. No, but you know what I mean though? Like hopefully it will just be things then that you're like excited to see what I have to show you or talk about, because you'll know for sure it's something that I'm actually excited to be showing you or talking about. So yeah, I'm hoping it will just actually be, well, I know it's going to be much better for me, you know, as far as my family time and just my own, like things that I want to do, things that I enjoy in life that I've been neglecting and I want to get back to. So I will tell you, once we got back from camping, and I realized that in that time I like did all the laundry from camping, then I washed everyone's bedding. That is like, it takes me like 2 days to wash everybody's bedding. And I baked banana bread. I finished a book I had been working on for months, when usually I can finish a book within a few days. Finished a book, started a new one. I've been working out and stuff. And also, I went through my 16-and-a-half-year-old son. He's my youngest, Asher. He and I went through all of his clothes in his room, all his drawers in the closet and everything. We had so much fun. We were laughing so hard about stuff during that time, just spending that time together, getting something done that needed to be done, but also just enjoying that time where it was just him and I doing something. And I'm like, this is what I've been missing out on. I've been missing out on just this intentionality of spending time with just the person or people right here in front of me without having this distraction with me the whole time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just curl my lashes and stuff while we're finishing talking here. Obviously, I'm very passionate about this. And like I said, I was angry with myself that I even allowed things to get the way that they did. But I'm not going to be angry at myself anymore because I'm making a change. So, but yeah, we had so much fun. And it was like, this is the stuff that I want to be doing. I want to be spending this quality time. And yeah. Okay, I went ahead and tight-lined my upper lash line because I look gross when I'm doing that, so I didn't want to do it on camera. I'm using my Essence Black Midnight Sky liner, and I'm going to go ahead and use that in the waterline as well, I think, to just keep it intense and bold. But yeah, so I'm really excited to be getting back into doing these other things. I already made my packing list for our church camp, so I'm feeling good about that. So I'm getting things already going on packing for that, so it won't be overwhelming, because that's like 2 weeks, so we're there for like 2 weeks, I mean. And so and then the last day of camp, we will be coming home, getting ready and leaving, because my husband and I and our 2 oldest sons, so Gavin, who is 23, and Riley is 20, we are all going to a concert together that night. So you know, I'll already have my stuff ready here that I'm gonna wear and stuff, so it won't be like coming home and frantically trying to figure stuff out. And I feel so just like relaxed and at peace knowing that filming, editing, uploading, all that kind of stuff, scheduling is not going to be part of my everyday thought process, because it always is something that I think about. And I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild Big Papa mascara. This is not my favorite mascara by any means. I just like to use it when I'm filming because I hate to throw stuff away, just waste it, you know. But, and I do like it better now that it dried out some. It was too wet at first, but yeah, like it's not something I even have to think about. It's going to be just when I feel like doing it. So like obviously today I felt like recording and telling you guys about how I'm feeling and what the changes are going to be. And then I actually am going to, since I'm in the mood to film, I'm going to film a video right after this, which you will see probably like a week from when this video goes up, or a little longer actually, maybe, because I will be doing the Thrifted Look for Less challenge that I do plan to do every month because I love doing that. It's so much fun. So since it's something that I thoroughly enjoy, that is something that I plan to always do on my channel. So that is the third Sunday of every month. You can pretty much plan, unless something crazy happens, that you will be seeing the Thrifted Look for Less challenge on my channel. And then other than that, literally just stuff that I'm excited about. So this other video that I'm gonna record today, I haven't done a video like this in a long time, and there's just some stuff that I wanted to show you guys. So I thought, you know what, that's a fun video. So you'll have to see me still looking like this. So if you hate this look, I'm sorry. But yeah, I am excited to do that video. So like I said, you will be seeing me just do videos that I'm excited about, and hopefully that's exciting to you. Okay, let me pick out, what am I gonna do for lips? I mean, it is a bold eye. Let me figure out lips and I'll be right back. Okay, I think we're just gonna go crazy bold for the whole thing. And I'm thinking with this look, this might be a fun lipstick. This is the Gourmand Girls Girl About Town. The smell of these lipsticks is phenomenal, and they're so comfy. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. Okay, here we go. And I went ahead and did my second curl and coat of mascara, and so this is the finished look. So let me come up and show you the eyes up close. Kind of fun. I was having some issues trying to not have things be patchy right here. I'm not a blending master, but I've been working at it and trying to get better. So I don't feel like my blend on things was too bad. I feel like things kind of, you know, went nicely into each other. And then I kind of just mimicked underneath that same. And since it is like purpley, it definitely makes my blue eyes really blue, which is fun. And I think this lipstick was a good choice to go with this, just keeping it super bold. And I like that I lined, kept it dark, like in the waterline and stuff. I don't typically do that because sometimes it can tend to close your eyes in, but I just felt like it would just stick with that really intense look. And so that's what I decided to do. So you guys will have to let me know what you think of the look. And I'm excited now that I have officially used all of my palettes that I had since Christmas. And thank you, Debbie, for this awesome palette. But yeah, so I'm super happy about that. And so yeah, I hope you guys will just kind of understand where I'm coming from. Like I said, you are my favorite part of having this channel. So I am still going to be, even if I'm not posting a lot of videos, I'm still going to be checking my comments regularly. I'm still going to be watching videos. It's just going to be much, much less. So please do not be offended if you don't see me commenting on all of your videos, or only one, you know, here and there, because it's just what I need to do. And I know it's where I'm going to be happy. What's going to be best for my family. It's going to allow me to do all of the other things in my life that I really want to do and that truly are more important. So if you're somebody who maybe has kind of been on the fence yourself, if you have a channel and just feel like you are on, like, I don't know, maybe a hamster wheel or something. I hate when people use that term. I don't hate when people use it, but it just seems very like something you expect somebody to say when they're talking about something like this. And I don't like to be that predictable. I'm pretty predictable. Anyway, you know, if you just feel like that, like you're like, I can't get anywhere doing this. I feel like I'm like, you know, working so hard to attain what I'm not really sure. And why am I putting all these expectations on myself? Maybe step back and really think about some of these things. And I know every year at church camp, it is huge for me. The things that God brings to mind to me that helped me to realize that I need to slow down, step back, and focus on the things that are most important. Him being number one. And that is what I love about church camp, is because it is like such a time to disconnect and, you know, from all of the other stuff in the world and life and whatever, and just be fully present before him. And it's just, I can't wait for it. It's what I look forward to so much every year. That and Christmas are my two like favorite things ever of the whole year. So I am so excited for camp to come and just spending that time with our good friends. And, you know, I don't know. It's amazing. I can never fully explain to anybody what it's like. And yeah, so I'm just very excited for myself and for my family, what this means, because the other night we sat and watched both Doctor Strange movies back to back with our two youngest sons. So the 20-year-old and 16 and a half year old. And I didn't have a laptop on my lap. I wasn't distracted. I was just watching it the whole time and commenting on the things and laughing and interacting, and not being where I'm like one eye on this, one eye on that, missing stuff because I'm looking here too. It's like, I just felt, I'm like, this is what life is supposed to be. What have I been doing? So, yeah, I hope you guys can appreciate where I'm coming from. And thank you so much if you watched this whole video. I know the people who probably will. And if you managed to get through this whole entire video, please just leave me the word, maybe leave the word joy somewhere in your comment, because joy is my word. It's I just love it. I love to be filled with joy, and I felt like I was losing that a little bit, and I'm not about to do that. And so yeah, leave the word joy somewhere in your comment, and then I know that you watched this entire video. And I'm not doing it like for some great prize or something, but it just, I don't know, it'll be fun for me to see who all watched till the very end. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you so much. I hope that I convey that to you guys well. You really do mean so much to me, and the friendships I've made here are just very dear to me. And so I am not going anywhere. I just won't be around as much, and I hope that's okay with you guys. And like I said, please don't take it personally if you don't see me commenting on a bunch of your videos and things like that. I just really have to do this. And same with, I don't expect you to be here watching all of mine either. Please know that I would never look and go, so-and-so hasn't been around for a while. Oh, how rude or something. Like, no, I never do that. I'm not going to do that. So just so you know. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And be looking for that next video, because I am excited to show it to you. And of course, my Thrifted Look for Less challenge video. And yeah, and we'll see what rolls out along the way, because who knows? It'll depend on what I feel like. Maybe one week I'll be like, I want to show them all these different things. And so there'll be a bunch of videos. I don't know. It's just going to look like what it looks like. So maybe you're excited about the look. I'm very predictable. This is not going to be predictable. All right, we're on to something here. This could be really fun. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.